Okay, let's see if this is working. Oh, hello everyone. Can you hear me now? Hopefully you can hear me okay. I'll just see if that seems to be working. Oh, hello everyone. Can you hear me? So hopefully that means you guys can hear me. Sorry about that. We had a bit of an audio issue to begin with, but that seems to be working now. Let me just turn up the sound a little bit just so that I can. Yeah, that seems to be working fine. I don't know why that happens sometimes, but I apologise for the delayed start there. I hope you're all doing well. I hope everyone's okay. It looks like we're all up and running now. Hello to everyone who's watching on YouTube, everyone who's watching on Facebook. Yes, we're back. You can hear me now. That's fantastic. Hello to Claire. Sarah's with us. Excuse me. Annalisa, Nicola. Hello to you all. I hope you're all doing well. I'm sorry if my voice sounds a little bit off tonight, and if I have a little bit of a cough. I feel like I am coming down with a bit of a cold. I've just got a little bit of a scratchy throat, and a little bit of a fuzzy head. So so I'm really hoping that I'm going to be okay for the weekend because we're on Hobby Maker on Saturday, or I'm on Hobby Maker on Saturday. So yeah, I'm really hoping that I'm going to be okay for that because I'm feeling a little bit worse for wear at the moment. Just a bit, when you just feel a little bit groggy. Hello to Lisa, who says this is her first time watching live. Hello, Lisa. Welcome. So please bear with me. Shani says hello to everyone. Glad you've caught the live. Busy few weeks and recovering from surgery, so getting comfy on the sofa to watch you on the big TV. Oh wow. Hello, Shani. I hope you're feeling better. I don't know what surgery it is that you're recovering from, so I hope that you're okay. So I am I'm going to get some crafting done then, seeing as we're all snuggled up and ready to watch. I've got in front of me a few bits and bobs. I've got some of the bits that I'm taking with me. Oh, there's a little cat at the door. Come on in, little cat. So we may get a little visitor. I'm just going to move things out of the way so they don't press any buttons that they shouldn't do. Hello, where have you gone? So I'm going to so I'm going to be on Hobby Maker this weekend, and so I thought I would share with you. Hello, little one. I'd share with you some of the things that we're taking to Hobby Maker. They're things that you will most likely, if you've been with us for a long time, you'll have seen before, but you won't have seen these packages. You won't have seen the prices that we're going to be looking at. We've got some really great deals on brushes and different things as well this weekend. So it's definitely going to be worth, checking it out and popping in to see us. So Hobby Maker, I can never remember the channel number. I feel like it's 674, but I may have got that wrong. But it's on your Sky Planner. You can also get it on Freeview. So, we've got another cat visitor as well. Oh, so we may get some kitty photo bombs or video bombs. And I also thought I'd share with you some of the cards that I made when we were at Craftorama last weekend. So we've had a busy time. We've had quite a busy few weeks, and the kind of the pinnacle of it was Craftorama because it's a 2-day event. There's a lot of work goes into it, lots of planning and packing and traveling and all of that good stuff. And it also happened at a really sad time. So I should also say, that our thoughts are definitely with everyone at the moment. I know it's been a really difficult time for people in the UK because of the passing of the Queen. So it's a really strange time, really momentous time very sad, and it seems at some points really weird to be going about your normal day-to-day business, but in a way it's what's keeping us all going, and it's what we need to do. But obviously we're very conscious of people wanting to take the time to grieve and to pay their respects. And there's obviously a lot of different events happening, and last weekend was the first weekend after the announcement, and it was a tough weekend for everyone concerned. Obviously a lot of people perhaps didn't want to come because of the situation, and it was hard for us as exhibitors as well, because we were conscious of what was going on in the world too. So having said that, it was a really great event. It took our minds off things quite a bit, and I got to make some cards during the weekend. So these are some of the cards that I made, and I just thought I'd pop them out here for us to have a little look at, something for us to look at as we start, and tell you a little bit about what we've been up to. So so I made a few cute little cards while we were there. This one I didn't really get to finish off, because I did want to add a few more accessories to it. So we'll see how we get on to that tonight. If I get to finish that, that would be a really cool thing to do. I made this little Get Well Soon card, which was very cute. And then this one with the Baked with More Love set and the Say Cheese die also was a favourite. And Ant actually helped me make this one. So this one's a special one. So those were just a few, just to give you an idea of what we were doing at Craftorama. One of the things that we have been considering doing, and I would love your feedback on this, is doing something like a craft sort of show, like a Stamporama or something, a one-day event at our shop in Sheffield. We're going to open up the doors for you to have a look round, do some demonstrations on the day. Obviously it's an opportunity for you to get some of your Time for Tea goodies at special prices, and maybe hold a class or a workshop at the time as well. We would also do a portion of it live for those of you that can't attend on the day. So it would still be a ticket only event, but it would be accessible for everyone. So do let me know in the comments if that's something that you think you might be interested in. I think it would be quite fun to do. So myself and Ant would be hosting it, and we would be there, to chat to you and help you out and so on. So it'd be a bit like when we go to a craft event, but we'd be doing it at home in our own shop. So I think that'd be quite cool. I don't know, but we'll see. I think that's one of the things that we're thinking about doing. So do let me know if that's something that you'd be interested in. So these are some of the products that we take into Hobby Maker. And I thought what I'd do, because I'm always in such a panic and rush preparing for the Hobby Maker shows. And I thought, what a great opportunity to share with you what I'm going to be taking with me, but also maybe do a little bit of prep, maybe a sample that I can take onto TV. I've got a few samples, but not a lot, because this is a set that I've not had out for quite a while. So a lot of them are either stored away or are on the display boards that we use when we go to craft events. So I don't have any physically with me that I can use. So I thought, well, why not have a go at making one tonight with you guys? So the first thing that we've got is the Winter Wishes stamp set. Now this is such a beautiful stamp set, one that I don't use nearly enough, but I really want to use this evening, because I think there's so many different options with it, and I really want to make really quite almost a simple card, but one that's going to be very, very effective. And I've got a few ideas that I'd like to make with this. So I think I might stick with this tonight. We're also going to be taking the Houndstooth stencil, which is a great little stencil. Lots of ideas for using that. We've got the die set. Sorry about that. Now this die set is really cool because it is obviously a slimline size with the internal scallop, which I think is really, really cool. But you've also then got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 snowflakes, and then the sentiment fa la la la. So again, this can be a really simple and very straightforward card. You've actually got everything you need here to be able to make a card without anything else if you didn't want to, because you've got those snowflakes, you've got the sentiment and the outer frame. But you could then team that up with the Jumping for Joy stamp set. So this stamp set has got all these cute little critters in it, and I think they're just adorable paired up with this die. You could also pair these little guys up with the sentiments Cozy and Joy, which you can use across all of these sets. So I think there's an awful lot of crossover of all of these. They work really well together as a combination. So you've got lots of different options in all of these items to make tons and tons of cards. Annalisa says that she would come and see us in a heartbeat if you weren't so far away. I know, you'd be the first one in the queue, Annalisa, bless you. Sarah says it's too far, but like I say, if we've got a online portion of the day, then that means you can still take part in a slightly different kind of way. And Shani says one of your favourites. So which one's one of your favourites? Was it this set? Or was it the stencil? I can't remember at which point you popped up to say it was your favourite. Now this one, like I say, I think I've got a few ideas. I'm just going to have a quick look at because I've got a few ideas, like I say, in my just in my mind. Let me have a look here. What I was thinking was maybe just doing a bit of a background. So I'm just having a little look at some of my ideas that I had, because I always like to keep hold of some ideas in my phone. So I'm just doing a little scroll through to see what I've got. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, something along those lines would look really cool. So let's have a little gander here. Actually, oh, that's super cute. So many different options with this set. Yes, I'm definitely going to use this one today. And I'm contemplating whether I use these as well. To do it as a slimline, but I think I'm going to do it as a standard size card. And we'll pop those to one side. I also wondered whether it might be nice to use some patterned paper. This has got the houndstooth pattern in there as well. But it's in a couple of different versions, but then we've also got some of the wood grain, we've got some stripes, some plaid, lots of different options in here that are great for all of your winter cards. So I did have an idea that I might use that as well, but I'm not 100% sure yet. But let's have a look. Let's crack this open, because I'm thinking that I may also use, could use the fa la 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 la, actually. That would be kind of cool. Yes, let's use the fa la 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 sentiment in here. So an idea is forming in my brain. I need a little card blank. Let's grab this. Maybe one of those. Let's see. So I've got a card base here. So this is going to just give me an idea of kind of what we're doing size wise. So that's my card base. And then, like I said, I am thinking that I might use beautiful paper here, and I'm not sure which colour yet. I haven't fully decided on my colour scheme, but I do love this kind of rich red and pinks. I'm feeling like I want kind of some earthy colours in my background, so it might be that we go for maybe the green wood grain. I do love that. There's the pink wood grain. We've got a bit of plaid. I love the stripes. I also like this houndstooth. So there's a couple of options there. Maybe this houndstooth is the one that I go for, because I do love that rich colour. And then I was thinking about different like borders. So where have I got some? Have I got any of these already cut out? These are my trusty little little containers that have. See, this is a background that I did. These are all different backgrounds that I did while we were at the show. Just different examples of things. We've got different frames here. This is a beautiful frame actually. Let's have a look at that. That might be a nice option, but I feel like I want a smaller frame. So yeah, I think I definitely do want a smaller frame. That's a nice piece of cardstock that's been cut out of the middle of something. I love hanging on to all of these bits because I will use them at some point, and I will use them particularly when we go to shows. I have them all there ready to build cards with, which is really, really useful. But yeah, I do love that as an option. So this is an A2 size, but my thoughts were to do that as kind of an internal piece, but we would still have a white background that we then add something to, and then we have the fa la 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 la. So maybe if I did it as a this way around, yeah, that works better. Okay, so you see my thought process here. What I'm doing is I'm piecing this together bit by bit, and just coming up with a different ways of doing this. So I've kind of got a centre point here. So that's going to be the background. I'm going to do my fa la 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 going across the page there. And then I'm going to use the stamps that are in here to create my beautiful background, which I think is going to look really, really cool. So let me just double check my sketch idea. Yeah, so I'm going to, I think, I need a bigger piece of this. This isn't the right size for me, so I do need some white cardstock, of which I don't need it to be super thick. What have I got here? There we go. That's perfect. So some white. That feels more like paper actually. I think that's my super smooth paper I've pulled out there. Here we go. Let's see what we need. 250 GSM, and I need my I think I'm going to go with, I was thinking about using just a nesting frame die, and I think that is probably what we'll go for. A6. Here we go. So here, these are my layering dies. So what I need to work out is how much of a border I want around the outside. So if I line this up on here and then add my fa la la la, I want to make sure that that fits within the middle. So that works really well. So I'm going to cut this out. I'm going to add a bit of washi tape on here, but then I'm just going to snip around this because I don't want to put the whole thing through the die cutting machine. So we'll pop this through the machine. So, it's switching on. So sorry about the noise as this goes through. It is a bit of a noisy beast. So let's give this a go. I've not actually used this since I did my sister-in-law's wedding invite, which pretty much ruined my machine. How much are the nesting dies? Oh, good question. If any of the design team are on, are you able to just check the website, the A6 nesting dies? Could you please maybe let Lisa know how much they are? So I don't have access to that info just at the moment. But these are really useful set to have. And we did get a lady come to us at the show to say an extra thank you because she found finding A6 size nesting dies really difficult, which I was surprised about. So this obviously is going to fit on the front of here, so I can use my nesting dies to cut that out as well. But what I might do is just stick it to my cardstock and then pop it on the front and cut around it. So I think that's what we might do because that's quite easy. So this is going to help me figure out what my colour scheme is going to be. So I'm just going to pop some glue on here, which has got a little bit clogged up, so that's better. It's coming through now. Now it's all coming through. And then if I stick this onto here like so, like that, just line that up. And that's why I like using the glue, because it gives me a little bit of a tight wiggle room. Thank you, Jane. You're so cool. $18.95 and 10% off if you use a design team code. And $30. So they're actually $18.95 in pounds, Annalisa. You're quoting the dollar amount there. So I'm just going to turn this inside out, no, back to front, upside down, and I'm cutting it from the back, basically, is what I'm saying. I really don't think that my brain is working the best this evening, so I apologize in advance if that is the case. You know, sometimes when your brain just feels a little bit fuzzy, that's what mine feels like. So that's my background, and then this is going to pop on the top of that, which I think is going to look, it's just got that really nice clean border around the outside. You could as well, if you haven't got our patterned paper, then you could use plain coloured cardstock if you wanted to, but I just really like the look of the paper, you know, the little bit of pattern. Oh, I thought I'd done it upside down, but then I could just turn my card around, so it's fine. So the fa la 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 is going to go across here, which I think is going to look really cool, like so. And then in the background, I'm going to stamp some of these images, which I think is going to look awesome. So I didn't know whether to maybe mask off the background, or even maybe create a mask this way so that you could see the image, but we can always add that on afterwards if we wanted to. I think the first thing to do is to get all of my images stamped. So some of these images are solid, some of them are line, just a line art. So you can either do them, you know, colour them in yourself, if you want to do the line art, or you can still just stamp them in a coloured ink, and then maybe just leave them as a line drawing. So those are my options. I'm not quite sure which of those options I'm going to choose, probably until I start. But what I need to start with, I think, is going to be my colour scheme. So now the majority of the colours that I have are the Distress Oxides, which typically are not the best for this kind of stamping, but you can still use them in that way. Yeah, I think because I do have one or two other inks, but they're not really the colours that I wanted to use, because I want colours that are going to really blend with my deep red. So I'm going to be talking some different shades of brown. I've got this rusty hinge. So very autumnal colours is what I'm going for. So I'm looking for maybe some forest moss, maybe a bit of rustic wilderness, maybe even the bundled sage. That would look nice. What else have we got? We've got some really quite bright oranges, but the crackling campfire is a bit of a deeper orange. And I'm thinking maybe something like the fired brick for anything that's a bit toadstooly. We'll see. I might not do the toadstools, but I've got quite a nice array here of inks. And then if I did decide to do anything that I might colour in with my Copic markers, I could use my Memento, because this is alcohol friendly cardstock. Lisa says, lovely, thank you. That is good value. I'm going to get those, I think. Oh, excellent, Lisa. Well done. Yeah, they are very good value. And they're a set that I use all the time. So, right, let's have a think. Where should we start? I'm going to start with one of the leaves, because I know we're going to have, and we're going to have them in different colours spotted around. So I think I'm going to start with maybe this rustic wilderness is a really nice colour. And I'm going to stamp these freehand, because I don't mind so much if they're not perfect. I think that's going to help with some of the look. So I'm just going to do a little twist around, and I'm going to kind of make my own pattern here. So let's move that one. I'm going to go off the edge of the page here as well, so that will make it look like we're using patterned paper. So might do a couple more actually, going off the edge of the page, just so that it ties some of it in. Which way round? Do it that way. There we go. So you can see that we're making in effect a patterned paper. I don't mind that that's not being a full stamp. It's okay. It's okay by me. I've also got in here this flower, solid flower. So I think I'm going to try that one next. And I'm going to do that in a brighter colour. So I could either do that in the fired brick or the crackling campfire. I think I'll go with the crackling campfire. Is that going to go with my colour scheme? Let's have a look. Let's do a little test stamp, because we've got the red there, you see. Now I don't know whether we might be better with the fired brick to go against that. So I want to try and keep it, you know, in line with our scheme. I feel like this might be a bit more tonal. Yeah. So let's get rid of the crackling campfire. And I'm going to go with this lovely fired brick. And we'll just do the same sort of thing. Just add in this around our paper, creating our own pretty pattern, and twisting it around will really help mix that pattern up a little bit so it doesn't look too similar around the page. So that's cool. So we've got that little guy there. I like that. I'm happy with that. And so that's that one. I've also got, this is a really nice one. I think I'm going to use this. This is just like a little, almost a fern of some kind. So I'm going to try this in the rusty hinge, but this might be nice in a brown shade as well. But oh yeah, I do quite like that shade, but we could also do it in a different shade as well. And again, just twisting these around is going to really help add interest. And they're all going to be slightly different. So don't worry that, you know, that we're just making it up, aren't we? So, and I really love how this is already starting to look really cute. And then I think for solid images, I've got this one, but this is the other solid image, which is almost like a holly leaf. But I think if we do this in a different colour, what should we do this in? Maybe a brown. Let's try some tea dye. Might not be dark enough. Let's try a bit of walnut stain. Oh, I quite like the walnut stain. I think we'll go with that. And the reason that I like doing this kind of background is that it allows me to play with some of my stamps and inks that I might not normally get to play with. So twist that around. Oh, this is very cute. Do like this as a way of playing with my stamps. And I feel like I need one more here. Will one fit somewhere about there? I've gone for it. Nice. Yes, that's nice. I like that. So it's really starting to come together. I hope I haven't frozen there. No, we've frozen a little bit. So I think for some extra kind of little bits and bobs, we have in the set, there's lots of smaller pieces as well that you can fill in any gaps with that you've got. So we've got another little we've got lots of different leaf shapes. We've got little sprigs. This is a cute one. I think I might use this because it's small, and I think maybe some bundled sage. Let's try that. Is it too light? Oh no, that will be just nice, I think. So a bit of bundled sage to add a few little sprigs in these gaps. Twisting them around makes it look more intentional. I think that's the key, is to try and make it look intentional. Obviously it's very random, and that's also the look that we're going for, but it's going to be really unique and really pretty. So pop another one there. I like the little bits that are just going off the edge of the page. I think they really do bring it together and make it look like a piece of patterned paper. So I'm really, really happy with how that's working for us. And then I think we could almost be there. I think I'll pop one more just there, fill that little gap. I think that's looking really quite cute, isn't it, as an autumnal background. Now this is a wintry set, but actually it works really well for autumn and different times of year. We've got Happy New Year sentiment in there. We've got warm winter wishes, hugs and holiday cheer, happy winter birthday. Lots of lovely wintry sentiments, but it can also be used for other times of year. We could also use this background with the Jumping with Joy set, and having some of these characters out on here I think would look really cute as well, because you've got the stay warm, so you can use the cozy, the little cozy sentiment die as well. Oh, so many options, so many options. I don't know whether to maybe mix this up. So the cozy one actually comes with 3 dies, which is very cool. So we could actually use the cozy in the middle there with one of these guys. So you stay warm and cozy, which is very cute. So this little guy here, that's very cute, just on there. That's quite cute, isn't it? I do think that's quite cute. So that's definitely an option as well. So where did I get that from? That's from this set. Getting confused mixing my sets together. But I did really like the idea of popping that fa la 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 sentiment across here. So I think we're going to go with that for now. But this is what's really useful about doing this is that this is giving me more ideas for the show as well on Saturday. So more options, more different ways of using the same sets in very different ways. So I love that. So I'm going to pop that back in there so I don't lose any of it. And the great thing about this set as well, I should just point out to you, is that you do get the coordinating dies for all of these elements. So if you wanted to stamp them and then cut them out with the coordinating dies, you can do that. There's also the coordinating die for the Sentiment Joy. So there's no coordinating dies for these because the idea is you could probably either fussy cut those out, or you could just use just cut them out with a maybe a rectangle or a square die to cut those out, but you don't necessarily need to do that. So so that's there's loads and loads of options with this set as well, and it's an A5 set, so it's bigger than our usual sets. So that's my little test one. So what I'm going to do for the sentiment then, I just want to keep hold of the inks that I use, because I will probably use those again. So I'm going to pop those away. But the fired brick I'm going to use for my sentiment, I think, because one of the things that I really like to do, and that just matches so pretty, it looks so nice. Let me just clean up this as well. Yeah, I think that works so well. But then the fa la 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 la, what colour do I want? Do I want that? What colour do I want the fa la la la? I was going to do it in the red, but actually there's quite a lot of red there. The brown would be nice, but obviously brown on a card, is that cool? I don't know. But I think that maybe let's have a look at maybe some sparkly card might be nice. So I do have in here kind of this bronzy kind of colour, which is a possibility. Also have some gold, maybe. I don't know whether I'm feeling any of that. Yeah, this bronze colour, that could work. But I think I'm going to go with the brown. This is going to sound mad, isn't it? But I'm going to go with the brown. And let's see what it looks like, because I think we can make this look really, really cool. So bear with me, guys, bear with. Because we could go with black. We could go with brown. So in here, I'm sure. So here in my stash, I have got some brown cardstock. It's not the same depth of brown. So, oh, have I frozen again? Is it freezing, guys? Are you finding it a bit freezy? Hopefully, we can get it. You're not having too many issues. So I think that's not quite dark enough. Pop that back in there. Do have some sparkly red. Oh, right, okay. Okay, the sparkly red may have won the day. It's very, what's the thing? Like Dorothy's shoes, isn't it? It's very Dorothy's shoes. It freezes on and off occasionally, but it comes back. Good. Hopefully it's going to come back for you. So I've got a combination of two things. We can either go for a sparkly red, which is very Christmas, or we can create our own coloured cardstock. I'm going to try the sparkly red. Now, what we do have here is some quite thick glittery cardstock. So hopefully this is going to go through the machine, no problems. But we shall see. Oh, I love this sparkly card. It is gorgeous. I might try my little machine for this. See what happens. That sparkly red is beautiful, says Annalisa. It is absolutely gorgeous. I hope it's coming across on screen just how beautiful it is in real life. I should also say to you guys, and I'm sorry that I can't actually show you because I can't move my camera, but I've got two adorable little kittens asleep next to me on this chair, which is very, very cute. So I'm just going to check on the other side that everything has cut out, and I hope that you can see that has cut out beautifully on this little machine. So very impressed indeed. So let's just pop out these little bits. This is going to be such a cute Christmassy card. So for those of you that have got like friends and family who perhaps aren't into the critters, don't want something quite so cute, maybe it's for work colleagues or something like that, this could be the perfect option. It's also quite easy to recreate because it doesn't, you know, the stamping is very simple. It doesn't require a lot of colouring in. It's just a few die cuts, especially with the patterned paper in the background. That's really useful. So this is a really pretty, you know, way of making an easy Christmas card. So we've got the fa la 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 going across there. Now, my thoughts were originally, and may still be this way, that it might need a little bit of something going across. In fact, I've probably got some strips of cardstock already that I could use. Rather than cutting more scraps, I've probably got a decent scrap here, look, that we can use to go across the middle or the front, or just something to kind of, you know, so that it stands out a little bit more. So let's have a see. Let's have a look at this. Oh, nearly knocked everything over there. Just put it down ever so slightly. So I'm just using my guillotine trimmer here to cut this down a little bit and cut the edge off a little as well. I don't know how deep I want it at this point. Alice says, oh, I would love to see the adorable kitties, and you need a second picture in pure kitty cam. Oh, that would be very cute. Definitely need that. So if we had fa la 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 going across the middle, maybe, or would we have it going along like this? Would be quite cute, but I feel like it's covering up an awful lot of our background, which I'm not really sure I'm keen on. But let's have a go. See what it would look like if we just trim it down as much as we can. So trim it down to there. Yeah, it's covering up such a lot, isn't it? Because we've got the lovely swoopy sentiment. So I don't really want to cut off all of that lovely background. So I think we'll leave that as is. But what I might do is I might cut out another one in white. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut another one out in white and offset it. So if you're having this situation of you want your sentiment to stand out a little bit more, but you don't want to put it onto a background because you're going to lose some of that lovely detail, then this is another option. And I did want to build this up anyway because I think we need a bit of dimension. So I might cut this out a couple of times out of some white cardstock. So this is our piece here, and then if we layer these together, but I offset it a little so you can see some of that white behind it, that does just help it stand out a little bit more. In fact, if we were to, yeah, I think the white is going to be the best option. I was wondering whether to do it in a different colour, but I think the white is definitely the way to go. But we need to build it up a little bit more with a bit more white. So I'm going to do that. So we need another piece of white scrap, which we've got lots of. Is that one long enough? Yes, that one's perfect. And again, it's just very, very quick and easy to run through your little die cutting machine. So this is my mini die cutting machine. The funny thing about the little kittens, to tell you, is that they had been asleep quite perfectly happy downstairs with us in the living room while we'd been eating our dinner, and Ant was sat on the on one of the sofa chairs, and Arnie was asleep behind him on the back of the chair, but leaning against him, so that if Ant had moved forward, he would have just fallen down the back of the chair, bless him. But they were both perfectly happy, fast asleep. She was up on the cat tree, at the top of the cat tree, fast asleep. And then as soon as I've come up here to do this, they've both come and followed me. So whether Ant will be fuming about that, I don't know, or whether he's probably happy for a bit of peace. But they've been for their second lot of injections today. So they went for their first set 3 weeks ago, and then they've had their final set today. So they're all fully vaccinated, but it does send them a little bit sleepy. So that's cute. So that's probably why we're getting lots of sleepy kitties today. But they were so brave. The first time we took them to the vets and in their carrier, they were so nervous and so scared. They were, meowing and fighting their way out of the box. But this time they were just so good and just sat there watching the world go by through the window. And yeah, they were very cute. Very brave. I was very proud of them, like a proud mama I was. So that's going to look really, really cute. I do like that one there. I'm wondering whether to have a secondary sentiment or to put a sentiment in the middle. This Warm Winter Wishes is kind of cool. So you've got Warm Winter Wishes and fa la 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 la, or there is the Hugs and Holiday Cheer. That's also very cute. Annalisa says they love the sound of your voice. I do think it is. They are very used to the sound of my voice. Without a doubt. That is definitely something that they have, become accustomed to. So I think I could possibly pop this on the inside of the card. I think that would look really, really cute. So I think if we were to, before I add any dimension, I think I'm going to just pop this on the inside. So I'm just going to add that to there, and I think I'm going to use this same fired brick to add my sentiment. Oh, see, I've not got that fully stamped because my ink pad is a bit used, so I'm just going to try my best to centralise this, but I don't mind if it's not fully centralised. There we go. Hugs and Holiday Cheer. I think that's lovely. And then I do think, and we've done this a few times before, we've not done this for a while. I don't know, for some of you that have been around and watched us for a while will probably remember this, that we used to do like little inserts now and again back in the day. And one of the things that I really like to do when I do these inserts is to add a few of the elements from the, either the accessory elements or some of the elements from the outside onto the inside, which I just think looks really, really cute. So adding this little leaf is kind of cute, and then maybe adding this one on the other side. Should we do it in a different colour? Maybe do that in the same colour. I'm going to do it in the same colour, but add it kind of, no, I've changed my mind because I'm going to do it in threes. Threes are often the way to go. So we did this in the rusty hinge, so I'm going to do it in the rusty hinge again. I'm going to do that on the bottom there, and then at the top we'll do some bundled sage. Just there. Oh, I didn't do the best job there, but hey ho. So that's just a little bit of decoration on the inside, which I just think looks really, really cute. And then obviously you're going to replicate that on the outside. Now, one of the things that I was thinking about here is that obviously we've got this really nice background here. And I did decide that I wasn't going to do, you know, a strip along the centre. However, and this is not the strip to do, but maybe it is. I kind of wished I'd got a browny colour in this houndstooth. So I'm going to do something else. And again, this is just have a play, have an experiment. You know, it's all about playing and experimenting. So I still want a strip down the middle, I've decided. But I want it to be in a contrasting colour. So I'm going to have a play. I'm going to use this scrap of card to play. I'm going to use some of this walnut stain, and I'm going to ink blend onto my card base here with my brown brush, and I'm just going to add some of this walnut stain onto here, because like I say, I do want that sentiment to stand out a little bit more. So we're just having a play at this stage. We might not like it, we might love it, I don't know. But it's just a bit of cardstock. Don't be afraid to play. So this walnut stain is a lovely, lovely rich brown colour. It makes a great coffee kind of a colour as well. It's a great one for that. I think that might be enough on there. I think that's going to be, yeah, that's going to be enough. Let me just clean my surface. Could be using my stencil matte, silicone matte, which I probably should be. Now I'm going to grab another stamp. Yeah, another A5 stamp actually. We don't do many A5 stamps, but this is another one that is a staple for me. And I'm not even going to take it off the sheet because all I'm going to use is a little bit of it. I'm going to add my walnut stain ink to a portion of it. Make sure that I've covered that nicely. And then I'm going to take my cardstock to the stamp, and I'm just going to place that over there and press that down, and use my fingers just to make sure that that is picking up as much of the ink as possible. These two are so sleepy. So you can see now we've got that wood grain. I think you can see the wood grain effect on our piece of card. I love that. So that is the same wood grain that is in the paper pack. So it's the same design. So it's going to all match. What have I done with the paper pack? There she is. So you see we've got the wood grain design. It's the same wood grain design. So it's gonna, they're all gonna mix and match really well. So let's move that, give that a clean. If you've not got a wood grain like stencil or a wood grain stamp or paper in your stash, you really need to get one because they're so good for so many things. So many things. I can't see to line that up, so I'm doing a very poor job. There we go. think I've still done a very poor job there, but not to worry. So I'm going to chop this down to the same size as this, but we're just going to lay it across the center, and I'm not going to worry that my sentiment is going to go over the top of it. So let's pop that over the top of it this way, so I can get the size right. So I don't do measuring, in case you were wondering what I'm doing here. I am literally just going to use my piece of cardstock as my guide, because who's got time to measure? Not me. So I'm just using that to help me line this up, and try and make it straight if we can. Yep. Using the lines on the grid to help me get that straight. Yeah, that looks lovely. So then I just need to decide on how thick I want it really. So I'm going to try at this length, this thickness first, and then we can always trim it down. You can't add it back on, as they say. So pop those out of the way. And let's see how this is shaping up. So this is my little piece of wood grain going across the centre. This is the bit of brown that I was craving across the centre. And then obviously we've got our sentiment here, the fa la 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 la, which is going to go across the middle there. And I do think that that really does add to it. That really makes it stand out that little bit more. So I'm really happy with that. So is that straight? No, not exactly, but near enough. Near enough. So I think I'm going to pop this up that flat and pop that up. Is that what I'm going to do? I think that is what I'm going to do. So let's get some of my larger foam tape. I've got a little bit left on this roll. Oh, is that all I've got left? Oh, that is so sad. Tiniest bit left. There. And that one is done. So, extra large foam roll. If you came to Craftorama, you will have got a real bargain on this foam roll. It is the best foam roll, in my opinion, that you are ever going to buy. So again, if we do have a steady on now, no fighting while we're live on air. Yeah, if we do have a craft show, a craft event at our shop, then that'll be a good opportunity for you to get hold of some of this, because it will be cheaper because we don't have to post it. It's the postage that really bumps up the cost of this for you guys, because it is a bit of a nightmare to post, but it is so worth it. So worth it. So I don't know why, but that feels like that's the right way up. That's what I'm going for. And then, like I said, this I'm going to stick down flat. And you can, with this, I've not done it so far, but you could add a critter to this. So we might still do that, because what's a time for tea card without a critter on it? It very rarely happens, does it? Very, very rare that we do that. I do like a clean and simple card for definite. And like I say, if you're looking for a more style card, then this is definitely one that ticks that box for definite. So I'm just adding a bit of glue to the base sentiment, and then I'll pop another white one on top of that, and then again, the liquid glue, it dries clear, it's really great for this kind of thing. And then I'm going to add glue to the back of the sparkly one, because I'm going to offset this when I attach it. So you don't want although the glue dries clear, you don't really want it to be on the base piece. You want it to be on the top piece when we lay this down. So let me just think about in my fuddled brain where I want that drop shadow to sit. Is going to be about there, so we can see that. I mean, how beautiful does that look as a sentiment? This is going to look so pretty on so many different cards. It's also going to look super pretty on some of our new release stamps that are coming in October. Shani says, will you have the foam roll at Port Sunlight in October? Unfortunately, we're not going to Port Sunlight in October, Shani. I'm really sorry. We couldn't go because it clashes with Ant's work, and he couldn't get any more time off because he's already had to take a lot of time off to come to other events with me. Bless him. So yeah, he couldn't get the time off this time. So unfortunately, we won't be able to come to that one. So we've got the fa la 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 la, and I think that on here, having the little hedgehog, and maybe this cute little mouse. Oh, that's going to be so cute. Right, let's do that. Again, decision made. Such cute, small little images, but really easy to do. So again, I'm just going to make this super easy, and I'm just going to stamp them onto my cardstock freehand. So my little hedgehog, and these are going to be really quick and easy to colour in as well. Cute, very cute. And I think it just all goes really well with the scheme. So these little guys, I have got a number of these already out, but let's have a look at some slightly different colours here. Let's have a look. These are very autumnal, these colours. Very nice shades of brown. That's a very nice shade. EO9, EO8. What's the EO7 saying? And then the copper. Yeah, like that. And then if we try, let's try this one. Okay. Just trying out some different colour combinations here for our hedgehog. Colouring him in super quick. So that was the EO8. This is the EO9. 209, which is the burnt sienna. Which again, I'm just using these to really tone in with the colours that we've got going on elsewhere. And then I've got the E18, which is the copper, and that'll really just add a bit more darkness and depth to him. And then for his body, I've gone with an E13, which I've not used for a while, and I'm not sure whether that might be the right choice. Got a bit of an E15 here to blend in with it, but I don't want to kind of get rid of his face. I don't want his face to be too dark, so let's blend that out a little bit. That's just warmed him up a little, which I quite like. Yeah, I quite like the coppery red hedgehog. And then for the mouse, who is, you know, it's quite a giant mouse in comparison, I'm gonna say let's go with the E50 shades. Are always good for mice because there's no greys in this. I don't want to go grey. I want to keep with the brown shades, if I can find them. E55, E53 and E51. Sometimes you just can't see for looking, can you? Right, let's try this. So this is the E51. I love the addition of the critters, says Annalisa. Yes, I felt it just needed them, didn't it? Just needed a little critter. So, but I think it just you know, shows how you can really adapt all of these sets to work together. That's what I'm trying to show, I suppose. But if you're not a critter person, then you know, you don't have to do that. But I think a lot of us here at Time for Tea do love a critter, don't we? So it'd be a shame not to include them, I think. So this is the E55. I find the E55 to just be a little bit grayer than the rest of the E50 shades. So it is good to add a little bit of depth, but it sometimes doesn't fully work with the warmer shades that you've used. So you just have to be a bit careful with that, I think. It's a little bit, like I say, it's just a bit grayer, but if you're adding shadow, then it does kind of work. So I'm just going over the top of it to try and blend it in that little bit easier. And then again with the lighter shade, the E51, I'll just bring everything back together. And this guy's little face is looking a little bit on the sunburnt side. So I'm just going to use some of that E13 just to push that back out again. So that's cool. And then for the little cheeks, where is my R20 is my favourite. Just add in a little bit of pink. Might not be bright enough for this guy because he's got a bit of a sunny glow on. So I might have to use a slightly brighter shade of pink for this guy. But we'll see. It's coming through. I have gone over a little bit there. If you can see, there is a little bit of bleed. There's my blender pen. So if you get that situation where you've got a little bit of your colour has just gone over the line, just push that back with the blender pen. So effectively what you're doing is you're pushing the colour away from that edge, rather than blending as the name suggests. You're not actually really blending anything. So pop all those pens in there because I will more than likely be taking them with me. And then I'm going to use the coordinating dies to cut these little critters out. So I need my little mouse and I need my little hedgehog. But as you can see in this set, you've also got the little acorn and some more leaves in there. So, and again, you can cut those out and build up your scene as well. So lots of options for scene building, making your own pattern papers. Lots to go out with these sets. And like I said, they are going to be in some very well priced and exclusive bundles. So yeah, definitely head over to Hobbymaker on Saturday and check those out. I should also say as well, before we get to the end of the card, that we do have a special release next week. So if you've not already signed up to the newsletter, please sign up to our newsletter to find out about this release, because it is a special one-off release. It's really, really cool. I know loads of you will like it. I'm speaking particularly to Claire and Jess Brumby who are watching. I know Claire definitely is. You're going to love this. And it's, that's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to tell you any more because it will spoil it. But please do follow us, subscribe to the newsletter, and you will find out about the release first. Yes, it's going to be very, very cool. Very cool. So that's my little critters. My little hedgehog and my little mouse just sat there having a little chill. I'm going to use some ordinary glue for this because we've already given this a little bit of dimension. Jess and Claire are very excited. I think you're going to love it. I hope you are. So this has literally just arrived in the building as well. So even the design team haven't seen this. They don't know what this is because it is so hot off the press. It has come along with a lot of other new release items that you won't be seeing until the end of October. But this, I couldn't wait to share it with you. So yeah, this will be revealed very, very soon. Okay, so I need some more of my lovely foam tape and add this to our little critters. So we've got our little hedgehog. These two are fighting and grooming each other at the same time, which is kind of weird. So, and bit for our little mouse. This is very Christmassy / autumn vibes. Done a real mashup of Christmas and autumn here. But I do love that little mouse sat on top of the sentiment. Is very, very cute. And then the final little touch, which you know, you all know by now that I like to do, is to add some white gel pen. So I'm just going to add a few little dots to our hedgehog's cheeks. That one feels a little bit on the quad side. Let's get this one going. That's better. Just needed to get itself going a little bit. Come on. Get yourself flowing a little. And then if we just add a few little additional spikes to our little hedgehog, and then a few little highlights and little bits of fluff to our mouse, I think that is pretty much it done. I think that's pretty much all it needs. Maybe a bit of glossy noses. Glossy noses are always a fun thing to add. Glossy nose. My glossy nose. And there we have our fa la 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 autumn / winter card. And then on the inside we've got hugs and holiday cheer. That's kind of cute. What do you think? Shani says exciting about the mini release and the new release, and still needs the last release. Well, you know, it's tough. I know at the moment there's so many things to choose from, so many things out there. So we are so pleased when you guys choose Time for Tea for your stamps and for your craftiness, because I absolutely love designing these sets for you, showing you them, and I know the design team really do as well. They love you know, creating things and inspiration for you as well, which they do such a great job of. So and we can only keep doing that because you guys keep supporting us. So I know I've said it before, and I will keep on stressing to you guys, the fact that you spend your hard-earned pennies with us means the absolute world. So I'm so grateful. And yeah, we are going to keep on bringing you the releases as long as you guys like them. So I know for a fact that you're going to love this next release. Like I said, they've only arrived in the building today. I can't wait to play with them and start creating with them. I'll be sending them out to the design team really soon. I'm just waiting for the coordinating dies for them to arrive so that we can get those out. But yeah, it's going to be an exciting release. So I think for the moment, I think that's all I've got to update you on. I'll see you all on Saturday at 2 p.m. on Hobby Maker. And then I will see you again next Thursday for another Facebook Live and the reveal of our mini release. So yeah, thanks so much for watching tonight, guys. It's been so much fun making this card. I've got a really fun example. You'll see this on TV on Saturday. Yeah, and I'll hopefully you guys can join me then. Shani says we will all keep purchasing them too, Joe. Love your products. I'm building quite the collection of Time for Tea goodies. Oh, that's so good of you. Thank you so much, Shani. That really makes me feel so good. And it really does make it worthwhile knowing that you guys are loving creating with them and are loving playing with them too. Claire says, love it. The mouse is perfect. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for watching tonight and for keeping me and the kittens company. And we'll see you all again really soon. See you soon, guys. Have a really good evening. Bye. Bye.